everyone. Today we are going to work on our cookie text tutorial. First thing you need to do is go into Finder, go to Applications, and find the Photoshop program. Open that up. All right. Hopefully you also have your tutorial. You can either watch a video or you can have the written tutorial open. Next thing we're going to need to do is have new file. We are going to go to type our name here where it says untitled. This is going to be your last name. So I'm going to just type that, but you're typing your last name. And then dash cookie text. Oops, spell it right. Then we're going to change the width to 1280 pixels. The height is 720. The orientation is horizontal or landscape. The resolution is 72, and everything else should be okay. So we're going to hit create. We're now on step 6. On step 6, we're going to fill this area in with a gradient. This is the gradient tool. You can also hit G on your keyboard as a shortcut. Here you can select gradient. This one gives you a bunch of different options. Each one of these folders have different gradients that they've made. Today we're going to use a purple and pink gradient. I'm just going to pick this one. And I wanted it to be radial, so it comes from the center. That's what this one is. You can have it at any of these, but this is the one that I'm selecting. So then how you do that is you're going to just click inside the paper, and then you can move this too. So I kind of like that. So when you're done, we're moving on to step 8 where we're going to select the tool, text tool. You can also hit T on your keyboard. That's T for text, and that will give you the text tool. You can just click in here somewhere, and you only have to do it one time and it will pop up. This is where we make adjustments to the tool. These are the tool options. Here we can get the different kinds of font. This one's Gill Sans. And then we want it to be the ultra bold. So we're going to click this one. You can also use the drop down menus to do the same thing. The text is going to be 400 because we want it to be really big. And then we're going to go here and we're going to select this and we're going to change the color to a brown because this is going to be our cookie part. It's kind of like a Kit Kat almost kind of cookie. And rather than picking which brown I want, I already decided. So I'm going to go in here and each color has a unique code. So this brown is 4A3621. So that's the brown I picked. You can pick a different brown if you'd like. I don't really care. And then we're going to hit OK. So now we're on step 11 where we're going to type in the word love. And then you can move that around. Oh, well, I didn't type in love. Good thing we looked. You can just highlight that and put the E in. Oops, now we got too many. Put the E in if you'd like. You can move that around once you have that little tool. And then now we're going to make some changes, and I want this to look like a cookie. So we're going to make some changes. So we're going to go up here to layer, and then we're going to go to layer style, and then we're going to go to blending options. In the blending options, we're going to click a couple things. So mine is already done. So we're going to click bevel and emboss, contour, texture, inner shadow, and then a drop shadow. Not sure why there's 2 inner shadows. They do the same thing. So once you do that, this is what mine looks like, but I already have worked through this. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go to bevel and emboss. Yours will look different because all these aren't set quite yet. So with bevel and emboss selected, we are going to go through and we're going to change this depth to 500. We're going to change the size to 20, and then the softness to 0. Then we're going to select contour. So this is step 15. And we are going to choose our own contour. So we're going to select down here, and this chooses, if you watch the letter, it'll make it do different things. So I like this one, so I'm going to select this one today. And then when we get out here, the range is going to be 20. So my range is 20. Then on step 16, we're going to go to texture. So on texture, we're going to pick a pattern. There's not many options here. I'm going to pick a water pattern. I'm going to actually pick this first one. I think that kind of looks like a cookie texture. That's the best we got for today. And then when we click out, we're going to say link with layer. We're going to adjust the scale to 100 and the depth to 3. So we're going to change that. There you go. So now we're on step 19, and we're going to go to the drop shadow. Yep, we're going to go to drop shadow down here. And then we're going to make some changes. So the blending mode here is going to be multiply. The opacity is going to be 40. The angle is going to be 90. The distance is 10. Spread is 0. And the size is 15. This is important right here, though. We have to pick this, check this box right there. Oh, I've skipped number 18. So I'm going to go back and do the inner shadow. I couldn't figure out why I was wrong. So I'm going back to do the inner shadow. If you already did it, that's fine. If not, we're going to do the inner shadow. So the blending mode is going to be overlay. The color is going to be white, so you're going to have to pick the color, hit OK. And then your opacity is 100. Your distance, your angle is 90. The distance should be 3. Let's change that. Not 53. 3. The choke is going to be 35. And then the size is going to be 10. There you go. Sorry about going back and forth. So we need to make sure that this is checked. Oh, that's on the drop shadow. We already did that. And now we can hit OK. All right. So yours should look probably exactly the way mine does. Now, the next thing we need to do in step 23 is we're going to right-click the love layer. And then we're going to click duplicate layer. So we're making a copy. It'll say copy, love copy, and hit OK. On number 26, it says to click the love copy layer. So just make sure that that is clicked right there. And then we're going to right click where it says effects. And then we're going to go here, we're going to go to clear layer styles. So we're getting rid of all that stuff we just did on this layer. And it just looks like a plain brown. That's okay. Because now we're going to make the frosting. And the frosting is going to be pink. So we're going to make sure that this love copy is clicked. So make sure it's highlighted. And we're in step 30 now. And then we're going to go here to this brown swatch, and we're going to click that. And I don't want brown frosting. I want pink frosting. So I'm going to go right in here, and I'm going to type DD for FA2. And I'm going to get this cool pink frosting color. And I'm going to click OK. All right, so now we have pink. We don't have brown anymore. We have pink. So in 32, we're going to get what's called a rectangle marquise tool. You can hit M on your keyboard also. And we're going to make a selection around the top half of our letters. I just kind of like to split that E right in the middle there. Once you have that, we are going to go to the layer. And then we can go to layer mask. And then we can go to reveal selection. So layer mask is kind of like masking tape, and you can paint around it, and then when you pull it off, you see parts that were hidden underneath. So we're going to hit that, and now we can see that the cookie is left behind. So we are on step 34 now, and we're going to make some changes because this pink does not look like frosting. So we're going to make some changes to this and make it look more like frosting. So we're going to go up here to filters. And then we're going to go to distort, and we're going to go to zigzag, and we're going to make the bottom like ripply so it looks like it's frosting dripping. So we are going to make some changes. We're going to change this amount to 19 and the ridges to 5. And then we want pond ripples, and then we're going to hit OK. And now we kind of have a little rippled edge. We are on number 38 now. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to click these 3 bars. And then we're going to find blending modes, or blending options. And then we're going to make some changes to this and emboss it and make it cool and make it look shiny. So we're going to click beveled and emboss, and then we're going to change the opacity to 100. Next, we're going to do the inner shadow, and we're going to change this blending mode to overlay. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to change that. We're going to leave it to normal. And then we're going to change the opacity to 100. And then we're going to change, are we in the right one? We're not in the right one, sorry. Make sure that you have the inner shadow selected. I'm sorry, that was my fault. So we are going to have the inner shadow selected. We are going to change the overlay to the blending mode to overlay. Then the opacity is going to be 100. The angle is going to be -90 because we want it to look like it's on top. The distance is going to be 5. And then the choke is going to be 20. And then the size is going to be 8. And then once we have that, it looks like this, like it's kind of sitting on top of the cookie. And then we can hit OK. So here you go. Hopefully you guys got there. If not, raise your hand and we will get you caught up. Now we need to save it. We need to save 2 ways, right? We're going to save as a JPEG and as a Photoshop document. So the first one, we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Save. And then we're going to say Desktop for now. And then make sure it says your last name, cookie text. And then this should say Photoshop here. And then you're going to hit Save. Yours won't say that. And then you're going to hit OK. So now we have a Photoshop document saved, which saves all these these layers, so we can change it if we needed to later. Next, we're going to save a JPEG so we can turn it into Schoology. We're going to go to File, Save a Copy. Make sure this is all right. Desktop's fine. Here, you're going to go to JPEG, and then you're going to click Save. And then this is okay. You're going to hit OK. And then you can turn that one into Schoology for your grade. I hope you enjoyed this and you guys have a great day.